The biggest concern of every investor in Dubai is whether I should invest in the primary market or the secondary market. Now, the only solution is numbers. Well, I'm going to explain to you the exact pros and cons, the facts, what is the opportunity cost, and should I invest in, let's say, a 15 to 20-year-old property in the secondary market, but I can generate my income today? What are the pros and cons? Or should I invest in a developing area of Dubai and take advantage of the bullish market? But what are the pros and cons? So let's get straight to the facts. I'm going to discuss some of my favorite investment destinations in Dubai. I think these projects, let's be simple. See, now this is Dubai, right? I got my laser today. So forget downtown. I think for ROI, this section is number one. And I'm going to discuss the best projects in Dubai Marina and JBR where you can achieve highest ROI. Let's start with Al Majara. So now we need to understand, see, to develop ROI, you cannot be an investor cannot be emotional. So we need to understand price versus return on investment. Because your resale is going to be hit either way, I'm going to explain how. So Al Majara, now in 2009, 2008, 2009, Al Majara was like, I don't know, the Marina Gate of today. It was one of the best investment destinations of Emaar. Fantastic property. Till date, see, I love the property. Maybe I have an emotional attachment towards Al Majara. So Al Majara, Marina Promenade, these were some of the original 6 towers. These were some of the best properties, but during 2008, 2009, those days, the best properties. Then came Marina Keys and Park Island, of which Marina Keys, I consider that was during that phase where the Great Depression hit. That's where the quality didn't reach as par as the Al Majara or the Marina Promenade. But Marina Al Majara, if you understand the project, it's on the water. So if I walk from Al Majara, so Al Majara is let's say somewhere at this point where I can walk to the metro station, I can walk to the beach, I've got the best views of Dubai Marina, I've got fantastic facilities, pool, gym. So at this price point, at around 3.15 million, I can get 1,500 square foot, 2-bed, full marina view. That means I get 95% plus occupancy, okay? But so the pros are, yes, it's a classic. It's one of the best projects of Marina. It's close to Marina Mall, it's close to Metro, it's close to the beach and the yacht club. High ROS can be achieved. The concern is the building is 20 years old. In fact, more, but let's say 20 years old. What happens when you try to resell the product? Now, a solution that I've given my investors is, yes, we can upgrade it, but how much can you upgrade? So that's the question that comes to most of the properties, like, okay, now everyone is going towards the trending properties, you know, fancy lobbies, concierge, valet services. They have installed diffusers in the lobbies. So as soon as you enter a new Emaar building, you're going to find this smell of the developer. So every developer has a distinctive smell. Emaar has a distinctive smell. Ellington has a distinctive. Demac, all of them have distinctive. It's very competitive. So it's hard to decide. I'm not saying that you won't sell it, but it will be a little challenging. And then we're going to understand, we're going to understand how much appreciation we can achieve. Now, if I'm investing at 3.15 million now, will I pay 4 million for it? But what can I get for 4 million dirhams in today's market? So that's how we should analyze. But let's suppose this is at ready now. The competition for it is getting ready in 2026. I'm going to hit you up with the competition. So the competition of it is valued at 4 million. My opportunity cost is somewhere around 650,000 dirhams. So is it worth the risk? We'll understand slowly. Okay, number 2, Marina Gate. Now, Marina Gate, I think, is in today's date the number 1 building in Dubai Marina in terms of facilities, location. People love it. You can achieve, again, 95 to 100% occupancy in Marina Gate. The concern is, now I've given you a 1268 at 3.1 million. So I call it the best building in Dubai Marina. Not in JBR. I think the competition to JBR for Marina Gate is a building called Albertine. I'll tell you why. It's not as nice in terms of quality and finish and modern. See, Marina Gate is a building that can compete with the new buildings that are coming up today. And probably the new buildings, some of the new buildings cannot even challenge Marina Gate. It's really well done. Select has gone far and ahead. In fact, Select did such a good job with Marina Gate that it actually challenged EMAR in its own turf. So EMAR, Dubai Marina, the Master Delta is EMAR, but Marina Gate, it just is the best project in Dubai Marina. So this the property at 3.1 million has no view. If you want a property with a full marina view in Marina Gate, a 2-bed, you're going to pay somewhere close to 4.5 million dirhams. And yes, you have better options for that value. So will you buy it? Will you not buy it? But if you're non-emotional towards your investment, we can get phenomenal ROIs out of this property. But it'll hit your resale because everyone wants a view, right? So unless you build a business model. So I'm giving you options over here. So if you're non-emotional, because every investor has a different angle towards its investment. If you're purely concerned about your return on investment and you want to you find your opportunity cost not worth the payment plan, then a property like this makes sense. Brilliant property. You will achieve 95% plus occupancy. Option number 3, La Riviera. Now, this is phenomenal. See, this is why I love Excel sheets, right? 1,898 square foot, 2.3 million. It's like, in the off-plan market, you're not even going to get a product like this. But La Riviera, not many people know about this building. La Riviera is right in front of the metro station. The quality is horrible. Yes, the quality is really not the best, okay? Horrible is harsh. The quality is not the best. So there are a few buildings in Dubai Marina, let's say La Riviera, Marina Diamond, Manchester Tower, Marina Pinnacle. Now these guys, the quality is not the best, but the location is so prime. I mean, you're right next to Marina Mall, you're right in front of the metro station. So yes, you can achieve high ROIs. And this, see now, at least in Al Majara, Marina Gate, especially Al Majara is old. Marina Gate does not require an upgrade. Al Majara, if you upgrade it, I mean, you break the tiles, you upgrade the kitchen, upgrade the bathrooms. Yes, we stand a chance to make an appreciation. But La Riviera, please don't expect. I mean, it'll be really hard. Unless we sell it, we'll have to sell it like a business model. But we need to plan this initially itself. What is the plan? We need to plan end to end. So a property like La Riviera, you can enjoy ROIs until we find someone who's willing to take it up as a business model itself. Or you find an end user. So, see, Cayan is an example of that building. See, the one that's twisty. I call it the twisty tower. It's Cayan. So Cayan is one of those buildings that you see the price, you see the property, like 1-bed, 875 square foot, phenomenal view. The view is amazing, all right? There's no point. There's no point of an amazing view. As in the intent, they went Scandinavian on this building, so it's so dark on the insides that people, unfortunately, just don't like it. And it's in that corner of the marina that, I mean, people don't love it, they don't hate it, it's not that great. So it's an example of an investment that is just okay. I don't think there's a lot more better things you could do with 2 million dirhams than the Cayan. It's unfortunate because I think Palma Holdings did a phenomenal job with Serena at the Palm, with Silverine in Dubai Marina. Silverine was a fantastic project. I think it did really, really well. But Cayan is an example. See, I want to give examples of my favorite investments and some investments that look good on the outside, but actually you should just stay away from it. Now, Dora Bay. Now, Dora Bay, people haven't heard of Dora Bay, but Dora Bay is one of those projects where my investors, especially British investors, have made up to 17% ROI. And stable because they've achieved 95% plus occupancy. Now it's funny why. Now Dora Bay. Now if you understand JBR, when you're coming from Dubai Marina, the start of Dubai Marina, the first cluster of JBR, okay, that's where the Ritz-Carlton is. First cluster of JBR is called Murjan. The last cluster of JBR is called Shams. In front of Shams is where the beach is. Now right in front of Shams, the Dubai Marina section is where Dora Bay is. Now Dora Bay has this advantage that you can walk to the beach, you've got fantastic marina views, you've got full blue water island views, the Ain Dubai view. Now fun fact, if your property has a view of Ain Dubai, congratulations, you're extremely lucky and you have extremely high ROIs. That's all you need. That one picture on Airbnb and boom, that's it. You're close to 100% occupancy. So Dora Bay, I love Dora Bay. Look at the size. It's 1.85 million, 1,357 square foot. It's perfect. I mean, and this, like, can you imagine the kind of ROIs you can achieve? It's fantastic. I mean, boom. So, but can you resell it? I don't know. We can. We have to be a little patient. The timeline might increase. It cannot be done in 30 days. It could be done in 90 days. So, but it's good to understand pros and cons. But as investment, if you're non-emotional, boom, Dora Bay, fantastic. Stella Marie. Now, recently Stella Marie was selling so aggressive, close to 3,500 dirham per square foot. And I was like, why? I mean, see, this is the problem. See, private developers. See, right now, I was standing with a Brazilian family today, and we were at the Nakheel office, and they were looking at the Como Tower and the Ricksaw's residences, and they're like, we haven't even heard about these projects. And I'm like, yes, because all you've heard about, I don't want to mention the names, are the developers of extremely aggressive agents, and those products that those agents are aggressively selling, most probably are going to dip in value. Now, which product of private developers can you trust are probably the ultra luxury developers or the ultra luxury products of these private developers. Yes, you stand a chance because of the limited supply. But the products that come in a large supply by these private developers, 100% you're going to take a hit in your value. Very few developers have what it takes to make sure that the investor makes profit. So Stella Marie is an example of that. It's just the only pro that it has is that it's new. But so this particular zone, I mean, it has some buildings like Zen Tower, Manchester Tower. This is Stella di Mer Hotel, and it's just there's an aura. Well, these towers, it's just that the crowd over there is not the best. It's not ideal. You're not going to find the high-end crowd of Dubai Marina in this section of Dubai Marina, unfortunately. So, beep. 5242. Now, 5242 is like the address sky views of Dubai Marina. You know, it's a fantastic building. People love it. Probably all the crypto millionaires and billionaires. One of the destinations they've stayed apart from the address JBR. It's called Jumeirah Gate Living. I haven't added that to the list, but it's very comparable to, it's like a mix of 5242 and 1 JBR. But so the only problem, see, great occupancy, great occupancy, excellent quality on the beach, premium guests. Now, another aspect you must understand, if you're an investor, what kind of guests do you want in your property? So based on the investment you take, it will be the kind of guests that you'll have into your property as well. So 5242, it's like having that luxury car rental. If you have a car rental business, when you are into the luxury car rental business, the kind of clientele that you accumulate will also be prime. So 5242 will have that advantage. The only disadvantage is the same disadvantage you'll have in address skyview towers. No wardrobes. I know it sounds funny, but then a smaller layout is just not convenient on a long-term basis. So it's again purely runs on an Airbnb model where tourists come, they have a great time and they go. But long-term, if you have a tenant, he would prefer moving into a property with a better layout. So the advantage of a better layout, I'm coming over that. Albertine. Now, Albertine is like bang on competition to Marina Gate. I think Albertine and Marina Gate are one of my favorite properties in Dubai Marina. Albertine is on the beach. It's connected to Hilton. Now, I don't know if being connected to Hilton is a good thing or a bad thing. Some people think Hilton is great. Some people think Hilton is like medium end. So it depends on your perspective as an investor. But Albertine, as you can see, 1462. Now, the prices vary from 2.9 million. For the same two bed, it moves from 2.9 million to 4.9 million. Now, that's like a 2 million dirhams jump. The 2 million dirhams jump is because one view of Albertine is towards Jebel Ali and the sea, or another building and the sea. And the other view of Albertine, which is worth 5 million dirhams, is Ain Dubai and the whole of JBR. So it's like that resort view. It's beautiful. It's phenomenal. It is a $1 million view, less than $1 million. It's 2 million dirham view. And that makes a difference. That makes a huge difference. You'll always hold value, but will you? I mean, again, that is it worth that 5 million dirhams? With 5 million dirhams, what can you invest in today's market? So you'll have to compare with what can you get with 5 million dirhams or less in today's market. Can you invest into that view now at less the price? So that's the question. So if I were given the choice, I can get the same property, let's say, in a rig sauce, but it'll be around 4 million dirhams, slightly bigger size, and maybe better potential, but that's a discussion that we'll have to have. 1 JBR. Now 1 JBR is phenomenal. You can see that huge jump. It's the same strip. So we talk about everything on this one little strip over here, right? So in this little strip over here is where Albertine is, and at this start right before the Ritz-Carlton residences is where 1 JBR is. Now 1 JBR, like I can compare it with Anwa. I know it's funny, but you know what's common between Anwa by Omniat and 1 JBR by Dubai Properties? They have constructed the building in such a way that it's amazing. Very few developers can do this. So imagine this is the building and that's the sea. There is no unit with a view behind. So because 1 JBR is located in such a way, remember I told you in the first cluster of JBR is Murjan. So it faces, if I had apartments facing the other side, I'll be facing Murjan. So 1 JBR has only units facing the sea, means they have only units front facing. Means you'll have only maximum, I think in 1 JBR, 2 units on each floor, and in Anwa it's 5 units on each floor because they don't have all the mechanicals, the ACs, all of that is, the MEP is on the other section of the building, and the front section, all the properties have a full sea view. That's one plus. Now, but why is there such a big jump? Like this is a 2-bed. Why is the jump from, let's say, a standard 3.74 million to 9.1? It's not the quality. It's just limited supply. So properties so that is why I've told you. So this is Dubai Properties is a government developer, but even private developers who hit the ultra luxury segment, investors took a killing. They took double the price. One Palm by Omniat, people invested at 3,000 to 3,500 dirham per square foot. It jumped to 9,000 dirham per square foot. Same thing over here. Again, I'm not saying that this is the best investment, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of the pricing in the targeted areas, in the areas that we are targeting. And then JBR is my favorite. I think JBR, again, it's a no-brainer. It's a cash cow. I call it a cash cow. You will always make money out of JBR. This is a 3-bed for 3.7 million in JBR. It's a cash cow. You'll always make money in JBR, but it's your choice. Are you willing to take that call? Are you willing to take that risk? The fact that it's the age, the design, the trend, it's just old. It's just so old. People who live there love it. I have a colleague from Iran who lives there. She loves it. She's bought an apartment over there. She's making phenomenal returns on her investment. She's extremely happy. She's asking me to buy a property over there along with her. But so we found this property around 2.5 million dirhams for a 2-bed, and I'm contemplating myself. So if I were to invest in a secondary market, so if it's off plan, it's only EMAR, as most of you know. I always trust EMAR. But if it's secondary, one place that I would think is actually JBR. So this video, see, most of the videos that I make is not just for you guys, it's for me as well. I'm learning along with you, but I'm just putting my thoughts, my perspectives out there so we can resonate with investors, because these are the discussions that I have with almost every investor of mine. And I know it's going to resonate with any investor out there in the market. So JBR, again, it's a cash cow. It's a fantastic investment. So amongst these three, we have discussed some of the major products of Dubai Marina. We have discussed the zones, like which zone you should stay away from. You should always consider a product that's walkable distance to the beach, good design, good layout. I think the top ones are Marina Gate, JBR, and Albertine. Now, for golden visa. So another requirement of investors are, okay, I want a golden visa. So what do we need for golden visa? The property has to be at least 40% complete. Let's stick to 50% complete in RERA, in Dubai Land Department system, the property has to be 50% complete. And another requirement of investors are, okay, I do not want an old property. I want something new. I want something going to be handed over. I'm ready to wait for maximum a year, 6 months to a year. But I'm looking for something premium. So the next list is for those guys.